breaking in. The Uddhav Shinde war is playing out in the Supreme Court, where Uddhav Sena, the speaker, sitting on disqualification. Shinde Sena justifies breaking away from Uddhav Thackeray camp. Uddhav camp says rebels did not merge with the BJP. Remember, the disqualification matter is in Supreme Court today after the setback in Parliament. This matter has come up in Supreme Court today, where the Uddhav camp is saying that the rebels did not merge with the BJP. Uddhav Sena camp saying that the speaker is sitting on the disqualification. The Shinde Sena camp is justifying breaking away from Uddhav Thackeray is what we are learning. We're getting in some details of the matter that is being heard in court today, and this has got to do with the disqualification of the MLAs, with the Uddhav camp arguing in Supreme Court that the speaker is in fact sitting on this entire issue. Also, the Shinde Sena camp has justified breaking away from the Uddhav Thackeray camp. The war between Uddhav Thackeray and Eknath Shinde playing out in the Supreme Court after the setback that Uddhav Thackeray received in Parliament yesterday. The Supreme Court is in fact hearing the entire matter, and the Uddhav Thackeray camp is saying that the rebels did not merge with the BJP. The Eknath Shinde camp essentially is justifying breaking away from Uddhav Thackeray essentially. These are in fact the 14 Sena MLAs challenging the disqualification notice in the Apex Court. The Apex Court right now is hearing the disqualification pleas filed by Uddhav Thackeray and Eknath Shinde. I'm going to go across to Nalini for more details on that story. Nalini, just break this down for us. What's really happening in court as far as the arguments on both sides concerned?
Well, Sneha, the arguments are currently underway before the Supreme Court, and we have a slew of legals that are representing both sides, the Uddhav Thackeray faction as well as the Eknath Shinde faction, before the Supreme Court, where we have Harish Salve, Mahesh Jethmalani, as well as senior advocate Maninder Singh appearing for the Eknath faction. We have senior advocate Kapil Sibal, Abhishek Manu Singhvi, and Devdutt Kamath, who are currently appearing for the Uddhav Thackeray faction before the Supreme Court. And what they are essentially saying is that the idea that was behind the introduction of the 10th schedule in the Constitution, which was to prevent defections from happening, is now actually being used to encourage and initiate defections, and that the Supreme Court needs to step in to ensure that the constitutionality of the entire issue is not lost, and that the 10th schedule's principles are protected, where defection is not allowed to take place at this rate that is happening. In fact, what Kapil Sibal said right at the beginning of his arguments is that if this principle is allowed to continue, then not just Maharashtra, the government in every state can be allowed to be taken over in this manner. But on the other side, what Eknath Shinde faction is arguing before the Supreme Court is that people from within the party raising the voice against their leader or against the party leader is not necessarily defection.